Hello and welcome. This is a character profile video for the class Striker. What you're going to see in this video is all of his skills, the top 8 PvP and PVE skills I recommend, his enhancements, and his player card along with the farming speed. So let's go ahead and jump right to it. And without further ado, let's show you the class Striker. Here we go. Okay, so here is all of his skills. And if you're new to seeing the screen, on the far left is all of his skills in pink. And the next column where it says charges, that's how many times you can use that skill. The MP is just the mana points or magic points bar at the bottom. That's in blue, I think, or red. Anyway, it's no, it's not red. That's your health. But anyway, the column next to it is hits. That's how many times that skill hits your opponent. An impressive one is the one called Disrespect. It's like from the bottom, it's like 6 up, hits them 7 times. Wow, very nice. The following 2 columns after that, damage PVE and PVP, is just what it is, player versus enemy, or the monsters you fight in the world, and PVP is player versus player. And of course, the specials is all the details that go with the skills. So you got the skill, and these specials are things added onto it. So take a moment and look at all of the skills the Striker has, and let's go ahead and show you the top PvP, the top 8 PvP skills I recommend. Here we go. It's very interesting that I was really stuck on wanting to show you the PvP skills first. I normally show you the PvE, as in the monster skills, because of just the way that the highlights across, but no worries, we can do it this way. If you're new to this screen, the skills on the left hand side, and you already know about charges, hits, PvE, and PvP damage and all that. What's different is on this slide, I organized the PvP skills according to highest damage percentage. And that's what's being shown on the damage-PvP column. I do want to point out for whirlwind kicks what that means. There's 4 numbers there. He hits 4 times, but not each time is the same damage percentage. So what you're looking at is the first and second kick is 63% damage, the third kick is 127, and the last kick, the fourth kick, is 191. So getting that third and fourth kick in, you're really going to see a difference when you're against an opponent. This is another player. So as you go along, you'll get comfortable with what skills you want, and you can probably just change up your rotation. This is just a recommendation, showing you, hey, if you want the highest percentage ones, it would be these top 8. So let's go ahead and switch over to the PvE, so that's fighting the monsters in the world, and see if the ones highlighted are the same. Yeah, let's just find out. Here we go. So it looks like everything is the same. When it gets down to whirlwind kicks and energy vacuum, it looks like they all do a little dance and change around. But I stand corrected. The 2 skills that trade places is shoulder thrust, which is the second from the bottom of highlighted green, and pulverizer. So in PvP, the skill pulverizer is favored more than shoulder thrust. So there is a slight difference, but as I said again, when you get familiar with all these skills, you'll see which ones you like and which ones you want to change out. But once again, if you're like, hey, what's the highest ones for damage, it'd be this ones. So let's go ahead and move on to the enhancement slide and show you how that works. See you then. Okay, first things first, if you're new to the enhancement slide, the way that this works is all the skills are on the far left. The branch damages that are connected to these skills are on the far right. And in the center, the first column, second, and fourth are all enhancements that work for you. The third column is enhancements that go against the person you're fighting. So let's take whirlwind kicks, the third from the top, and you look at the third column over. When you're using it on your opponent, when you unlock that enhancement, it will reduce the target's move speed by 1% for 5 seconds. So this column I try to make design that it's against the creature or person that you are fighting. So once again, I want to point out something that is just very blatantly obvious when you look at Striker's enhancements. Oh my, first column, look at the skill cooldowns. That is incredible. It's like almost all of them. You know, when Pearl Abyss designed the Striker, they wanted to reduce his cooldowns for almost all of his skills. So that's really nice. And if you look over at the fourth column, he's got some bleed effects in there. You got some extra skills stacked on. That's what the word flow means. It's two things. So he's got, for spinning uppercut, he's got that skill and what it does. And when you unlock the new one, which is the flow and the name of the skill, you have two skills now stacked together that are doing damage. So, I mean, just take a moment to look at these enhancements. Of course, you will need to get to the level to unlock it, but this gives you an idea of, wow, you know, this guy just gets better and better. I just got to put the work in to get it all unlocked. So, let's go ahead and move on to the player card, and I'll see you there. Okay, so welcome to the player card. What this is, it's like a baseball card. All the slides that you saw before are summed up on this one card, and I added a few things. So allow me to introduce it from top to bottom. The very top is the damage PVE and PVP, the top 8 I recommend. What's to the right of it is new. So allow me to explain. It's called immobilization. So if I took a look at all of his skills and the ones that knock down, knock up, stun, bound, those are things that immobilize your opponent or the creature you're fighting. Now, what I don't consider immobilization is knockback. So what you're looking at is, you see Mountain Punch and Whirlwind Kicks? Well, that skill has a knockback in it, and I wanted to highlight those two in red to let you know that there's something that those two do, but it's just not considered an immobilization in my eyes. You know, if you want, you can call it, but I don't think so. When looking at that, Full Force and Pulverizer offer two things that immobilize your opponent. So you may want to make sure those things are in your rotation so you can keep your opponent down and unable to fight back. So below that is all the skills that you've seen already, and below that is the enhancements. Now I apologize that this might be tough to read at the very bottom, but a lot of people have heard the term forward guard and super armor when it comes to these skills, but really don't know the details of what it is. I have the definitions down there. Hopefully you can read it. Forward guard, it means that incoming damage will either be 0 or heavily reduced. And super armor, it means that incoming damage will be reduced and the effects that immobilize you, stun, knockdown, freeze, etc., will not happen for a duration of time. So if you're going up against another player, chances are, just like I'm recommending for you, they'll have super armor in the rotation of skills that they're using against you to keep you from knocking them down, or vice versa. So that is how the player card works. So take a moment and look it over, and for all of my videos, you'll probably just jump straight to the player card if you want to evaluate and see what this new character has. But this is how this video works, and so what we're going to do is move on to the farming speed section of this video. The music will change, so I'll see you there. Here we go. Welcome to the farming speeds video. So before we begin, let's show you where we're at. And we are over here in Balanos, and once we go into there, we are at Kron Castle entrance. And we are here because the monsters are 2519 and our character CP is 4501. So not a problem. Let's go ahead and go into the inventory, and I want to show you that the armor that he has is all the same. It's the same as all the farming speeds for all the other characters. And in our bag here we have nothing except for potions. So we don't want anything to affect the money that we make. And we need to check our pets. Pets are doing good. And let's see, what else can we show you? Oh yes, we have a battle tracking here. And this is to show you how many kills that striker gets. We use the Black Spirit's quest right there. So we want to make sure that it starts at 513. So we'll add in how much he ends with at the end and show you how many kills he does, along with all the money and everything. Whoops, we don't need the calculator. Not yet. So here's the stopwatch, and it'll be a 5-minute test. And we have an auto path that all the characters follow. So let's go ahead and click on that and get started. When he gets to his destination, we'll start the stopwatch, and I will no longer say anything so you can enjoy and hear the striker, and I'll give my outro at the end. Okay, it looks like it's getting very close to our 5-minute mark. So allow me to explain what's going to happen. When it hits 5 minutes, I'm going to stop the auto fighting and go to town. We'll check out how he did with how many kills he did in 5 minutes. And we'll check out what loot he has. We will only be selling the junk loot. So all the other stuff that might have dropped, that's just extra silver for you to consider. But we're only doing this test off of the junk stuff. So we're almost set. Okay, here we go. Let's head to town. Those poor guys are so disappointed. Where are you going? Come back. Let's play some more. Okay, we always go to Eileen. Well, not always, but she just seems closer. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do is let's pull up the... Yep, pull that up and see how many kills we did in 5 minutes. So we'll just input that number in. And then we'll pull out the calculator and go ahead and subtract both those numbers. So 513 minus 828. And Striker did 315 kills in 5 minutes. I must say, that's pretty impressive. So we'll just put the calculator away for now, and let's go in and see what we got for loot. And like I said, that armor piece probably sells really well, and some other things you may want to sell, you probably want to keep the books, but for now we're only interested in that junk loot that was right there. So let's go ahead and sell that.
Do you need potions?
33,600 silver is what we got for it. So let's go ahead and put that into our tracking sheet. Now, the way that this works is we'll put up the calculator, and if you were doing this for 30 minutes, obviously we would multiply the 33,600 times 6. So after 30 minutes, you would get 201,600 silver. So we'll just put that down. Now if you continue to do this for 1 hour, it would be times 2. So now you have 403,200. And keep in mind, this is just the junk loot. You probably will get lots of armor pieces that'll raise that silver so much more. So if we put it in for 4 hours, congratulations, you made your first million at 1,612,800. And there you have it. That is the farming speed for the Striker. So I'll go ahead and just give my outro and say thank you. Thank you for watching this video. I'm always doing new videos, so if you like this one, please subscribe, like, share, or just let your friends know. I'm always trying to make videos that help people gain the knowledge quicker. So with that, I will say thanks again, and you have a great day. Take care. Bye now.